Live family.
Oh,
I just removed myself. Yes, people, welcome. Sorry for the technical issues. Welcome to another episode of Arsenal Revolution TV. People, we're talking today. We're talking about how this club has failed time and time again. I've got my favorite guests here, as always. Delzz, how you feeling today, Delzz? How you feeling?
Man, it's same old, isn't it? Another player's injured. I think fans are now finally starting to wake up to realize the season's actually over at this point. Like, I didn't think it would actually happen, but they're actually saying you might not get top 4 now.
There's still Champions League, Delzz. There's still Champions League.
Oh, don't make me laugh, man. Champions League. We'll get talked about by someone like Celtic at this point. They're being Bayern Munich right now. That's what we're going to do. So, listen, man. I'll be real. It's same old, isn't it? Like, this club is a disgrace, man. Until Arteta and this board and all of this just gets out of this club, then
demolish the whole thing. That's what Delzz saying. Demolish the whole thing.
We need a rebuild, guys. We need a rebuild for a rebuild.
Unfortunately, yes. Aaron, what are you saying, Aaron? I can see you there.
Well, it was all right till I woke up. Yeah. You know, it's just terrible, isn't it? You know, we won't even kick the ball when already Arsenal find a way to just frustrate you, didn't they? It's painful. You know, the Netflix series has to go on even without 90 minutes of football. We woke up obviously to the Kai Havertz news. You know, I'm sure we'll delve into that. It shouldn't really be an issue, should it? Really, but unfortunately, Arsenal dug themselves in that deeper hole. It is for some reason. But thank you very much for having me on. Pleasure to share a panel with all you boys as well, and I'm sure we'll get into it, boys.
Yeah, hopefully. Natstar, what are you saying, Natstar, bro? What are you saying?
Yeah, no, thanks again for bringing me on. Always a pleasure. Always a privilege as well. I don't take this shit lightly, believe it or not. But yeah, man, no surprises. Mr. Controversial and all of that. You know, I said we would finish 6th, you know, and now it's becoming a reality. Like I said, give it May and we'll see where this team is at. Will it get leg ahead out the door? Probably not. But I'm sure we will discuss that in further detail. But yeah, I'm not looking so controversial and crazy now, even though I am a bit crazy. I'm not going to lie, but still, like, yeah. Other than that, life's good. It is what it is. Yeah. Just chilling, just, you know, living my life, you know.
Good stuff.
Same old. A bit like this football club.
Good stuff, Natstar. We'll see. If it's 6th, I think Arteta will get sacked. If we do get 6th, but we will see. Now we go, Godfather Jez. Right on time. Jez, how you doing today?
Yeah, good, mate. Yeah, I mean, disappointing to see we've lost the one, possibly only striker we've got. Am I surprised? No. You know, but guys, you know, and as always, Rachid, thanks for let me join your illustrious panel. You know, I still see people defending what's happened. Certain journalist that wrote the book, The Revolution, right? You know, defending and saying and made on this show I was watching, you know, well, if it takes another 1 or 2 years, guys, come on. What are we doing here? It just because this guy's written a book about this manager, and he obviously he's not going to go against the narrative. Of course, he's not. You know, he's a low-level, eel type of journalist that will suck up whatever the club throws at him. And this is the problem. People will continue to defend this manager. and they're all trying to deflect the blame. Oh, well, he hasn't been backed. Are you kidding me? £850 million, and he hasn't been backed. Right? Come on. Make it make sense, because this is where it's all gone horribly wrong. But I'm sure we'll get into it.
He's been backed more than any other manager in 139 years of our club's existence.
Yeah. True.
I don't know where they get it, these fans. It's madness.
They say, do you know what they say, Aaron? Yeah, sorry to cut you off, but do you know what they say? They say that look at what he's brought us to. So he was 8th, and he brought us all the way to challenging. I think any decent manager of 800 million would get you to do that, or at least would win stuff towards getting there. So he'd win a little Carabao Cup and he'd win a little FA Cup on the way. But did this manager do that? No. Every year he tries to play all the cards. Well, he doesn't try to play. Do you know what? I used to think that this manager used to throw away cups. Now I'm thinking that this manager used to lose cups, because it makes sense because I was going to talk about it. Following the defeat, guys, following the defeat against Newcastle, what did we learn about this manager? What did we learn that we don't already know about this manager? How was your feeling after the game, after the Newcastle game? I know it's been a week, but we have to start there. Delzz, tell me, have you lost all hope? Do you think we can do something in the Champions League? Maybe the Premier League, we catch up to Liverpool. They've got tough games.
You're on mute, bro. Delzz, you on mute, bro?
Delzz.
I think his mic's gone.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, probably.
Delzz, you can leave and come back. But yeah, Aaron, tell us.
I'll tell you what I did learn. Hope? Well, I don't have any hope, no, but I did learn something, is that I could dislike this manager more of every passing day. I didn't think I could dislike him anymore, but hey-oh, another day, and yes, I just do dislike him a little bit more. I want to use a stronger word, but I won't. Yeah, man, I'm sorry, I've got no hope. And to be fair, it's on camera, me saying on that Brighton 1-1 game, not the draw this year, the draw last year, with the Declan Rice, I kicked it off. I said we finished it from then, and that's on camera. I lost hope after that because I was at the Emirates that day, and I saw a team that I knew weren't going to get it over the line. That couldn't get it over the line. Yes, controversial, the referee decision. Let's not blame him. We actually had another 2-3 chances, and we didn't put it away. That told me everything I need to know. I looked at that team that day, Arsenal, and thought, you ain't winning the league. And do you know what? So far, I've still been proven right. And that, that was a long time ago. It's a long time ago. So I'd wrote the league off quite early. I just didn't think I was going to be right in the Carabao and FA Cup. I don't know why, because we wrote them off so early in the last 5 years. And guess what happens? Oh, we got to a nice, pretty semi-final, but we were embarrassed. We were absolutely embarrassed over them 2 legs. It was pathetic. And there's, right, we had a few injuries, but we can't really say, oh, he picked the team to throw it away, because he picked his best available team. And they still got absolutely embarrassed, home and away. It's ridiculous. But that's what happens when you don't actively try and sign players you need in the transfer window, i.e. a striker. It's madness, you leave yourself short. And look what happens. You get injuries. And now we are absolutely condemned to a prison sentence front three of Raheem the Dream on the left-hand side, who, let's face it, we will never see the best of him. He hasn't turned up since he left City. Let's get that right. It's not just in an Arsenal shirt, it's in a blue shirt. He ain't turned up. And we've got Trossard, who blows hot and cold, and he couldn't really be bothered about being here. That's who we've got up top, guaranteed for the next 4 to 6 weeks. And then we've got a young lad, poor Ethan Nwaneri. All our hopes are built on a young lad who's breaking through this season. He's 17 years old and he ain't completed 90 minutes of football just yet. It's absolutely bonkers. And Curtis Shaw actually said while I was watching Lee on stream, big up to Curtis, he actually reminded everyone that we play Chelsea soon and Sterling's cup tied.
Yeah.
So we're actually going to be going into that Chelsea game with only 2 players at the front three. It's just absolute Madness how we've handcuffed ourselves like this. He's let the board, the manager have let the fans down, and do you know what? Even to a lot of extent, they've let the players down, because there's no wonder whatsoever that these players have fallen into injury. Why? Because they're being flogged. What's going to happen to these front three boys? I guarantee you that in the next 2-3 weeks we'll see one of them getting injured again, because Trossard's not used to playing 90 minutes every single game. He'll probably get something. Would you be shocked if he did? No. What about even Nwaneri, who hasn't completed 90 minutes of football for Arsenal yet? We've seen him break down already this year. Would you be surprised? It's craziness, Rachid. I don't understand it, and this is all self-inflicted. All self-inflicted. This is their own doing. They could have avoided it, and they chose not to. They chose not to sign anyone, and this is what happens. And I obviously don't wish Arsenal bad in terms of results, but I promise you, they better pick up 6 points against Leicester away and West Ham at home after this magic trip to Dubai that's actually proven to be a nuisance. Their reward for failure. They better pick up them 6 points. I don't know, boys. I just, like I said to you, it's disappointing at the moment to be an Arsenal fan. It's almost numbing now. I'm just like, oh, wow. You see that Havertz news this morning? You're just like, really? Yeah, here we go. Something else. All self-inflicted. I've got no sympathy for self-inflicted nonsense. It's their own fault. We just don't deserve it. Us on the panel, people in the chat, proper Arsenal fans, not these top knobheads. We don't deserve this. We don't. It's madness. I'll let someone else go. So I'm gonna end up proper going on a little rant here. So I'll let someone else take over. But it's madness, people. Can't believe what we've done to ourselves.
No, 100%. Big up to the chat. Big up to the chat. Big up. But yeah, Jez, how do you feel after the game? You know, what did we learn? What did we learn for this manager? He played Eddie Howe how many times? Failed to find a way. We spoke about it before, but it's good to have a little recap before we get into the nitty gritty. We need to get to the real stuff. Us not having a striker. Us failing to prepare. Us another year in the trophy list. Us looking like it's the downfall of Arteta right now. It was the peak last year or the year before, you pick. But it's looking like the downfall. What do you think, Jez? What's your thoughts?
Well, first and foremost, failing to prepare is preparing to fail. Fact. Newcastle were the better team. You can't deny it, and well done to them. And I hope they go on and win the League Cup final. But at the end of the day, it just proves that this manager doesn't have the experience. He doesn't have what it takes to get this team over the line. I mean, it won't happen, guys. But if he had any credit about him, he would say at the end of this season, I'm not saying now, I've done all I can do. But let's just look at the facts here. He, right, spent all this money, and if you look at some of the dross he has bought, the only person, there's no excuses here, the only person you can blame is him. Edu got out with him making that statement. He didn't like what was happening with Arteta getting too much power. He didn't agree with the new contract. So then the other option, the other excuse to that, which I heard today, was he was offered a more powerful job, Edu I'm talking about, to go to that consortium where he's got 3 clubs to deal with and on an increased salary. Well, I don't know the truth of any of it, but all I can say is sitting here as an average Arsenal fan, this club right here, right now, gentlemen, is in a worse state than I've ever seen it since the mid-70s. When we were bad, we were a bad team, right? Nearly got relegated the year that Man United got relegated, 74. And it took a long time for us to get better. Terry Neal tried 4 cup finals. Excellent. Won one of them. again, at that point in time, guys, lack of investment. Lack of investment. And we let players go way too early. And I can name quite a few that shouldn't have gone, but they did. It wasn't until George Graham that the club turned round. Now we're sitting here, licking our wounds, saying, oh, well, we go again next season. No. Next season, get him out and get in a proper manager. But, guys, it's going to take a major reinvestment again. Because we haven't got the players, guys. Yep. We haven't got them. And we are going to be reliant on Nweri, as Aaron quite rightly said, hasn't played 90 minutes of football. Will we play him through the middle? I don't agree with that. I think he's better off the wing. So who'd we put in the middle? Trossard.
It's going to have to be Trossard, yeah.
Project default. Youth once again. Project Youth. You see how it's going like full circle, yeah?
Yeah.
It's Project Youth. Like this is what I'm saying, guys. Like basically, you know, I got the result wrong against Newcastle. Sorry, I got the scoreline wrong, but I didn't get the result wrong because I knew we would go out. But the way we did it, it was just an absolute sham. Why did we even bother going all the way up there? And then all the fans that are at Row Z or whatever, paying their hard-earned money from London, it's like 6 hours. I wouldn't be surprised if there's anyone coming from Southampton or Bournemouth or them places where it takes even longer to get up there. I think it's like a good 7-8 hours, you know, even with or without traffic. Like, so it's an absolute disgrace. So when you have Havertz, we all know like that he's injured now. Doesn't surprise me. I've been saying that this club needs a full-on reset. It's beyond a joke now. And the one thing that this ownership didn't want, and I know this, you know, although it's my opinion, so I can't say it's fact, but I know deep down with how they move, pattern recognition and all of that, that they didn't want a banter Arsenal to re-emerge again. Well, now it's fully happened because we're not going to slide down this table. We're going to nosedive, full-on nosedive down this table, yeah? So it doesn't even have to take like us losing 4 or 5 games in a row. We will drop points. It's, you know, all I see is draws and losses. I don't see where the next win is coming from. You know, Sterling Cup tied against Chelsea, playing Ethan on the right, even though I should be playing in the middle, but we don't really have many better options. You know, Tierney will play a lot more, which I'm kind of happy, but I'm not at the same time because he'll be put on left wing, you know, especially when the fans and, you know, Arteta's had enough of Trossard out on the left or up front, because we know he's not going to play false 9 like he should do. So it's just a culmination of so many errors. And this is why I didn't want this fraudulent manager in the first place. There's a reason why it's called Lego Head. Because this guy has got his fucking fake hair on way too tight, right? You know, trying to overcomplicate a simple thing. Football is a simple game, boys. It's a very simple game. And it's only ever complicated by fucking idiots. And he's one of them. Now there are other managers, you know, the Marescas and all of that, you know, like saying, oh, well, it's okay that we were knocked out of the FA Cup and all of that. He should be sacked on the spot. He should absolutely be sacked on the spot. And again, it's standards, guys. The fucking standards. Let's freaking go, guys. You know, we have the standards up here, guys, and all of that bollocks, yeah? Like, at the end of the day, I've had enough. I've had enough of all of it. I said before, if we got someone in like a Hansi Flick, a Don Carlito, you know, again, another win, although Real Madrid were piss poor, they found a way. That proper manager, my goat, in terms of managerial, like, you know, capabilities and credentials and all of that, found a way. How could they find a way? Even though City have been poor, like, you know, it's one of them ones. But at the end of the day, right, boys, like, this is going to get a lot worse. That's basically the ultimate point that I'm getting at. I don't see no light at the end of the tunnel at all. Because another thing you have to consider, these players are going to leave, especially the really good players. Some of our much better players, which aren't many, the Salibas, the Gabriels, Saka when he gets back fit, they're all going to bugger off, and I don't blame them. I'll tell them right here, right now, Fatboy Slim settings, go on, go. Do you know what I'm saying? Pastures green and all of that. When it comes to this football club, the grass is definitely greener on the other side. Because as much as I want Lega head out the door, the only way they get him out the door, in my eyes, at this point, with what I've been seeing, is that we fall outside of Europe, period. So let's say, like, for argument's sake, like, absolute calamity from now to the end of the season, and we finish like 8th, for example, yeah? So we're not in Europe. That is the only way this ownership will be like, we're going to have to let you go, Mikel, because, you know, being in that position from where we were, you know, we would love to keep you, but we're going to lose all protection. Do you know what I'm saying? All these owners care about, other than money, of course, is protection. If Mikel Arteta can't protect this board, this ownership, he'll be out the door. But here's the thing. This is why, you know, Rachid, this is why I love what you do, you know, with this channel. Aaron, Jez, of course, the Godfather, you know, all that knowledge and experience, and even Delzz coming up and other people as well. Big up yourselves. The next manager they appoint will not be able to defend this ownership and board as well as Arteta has done. Plus players leaving. We won't be able to get adequate players because the lack of talent ID, the lack of recruitment, the lack of organisation, the lack of any ounce of accountability and credibility at the same time flowing through this football club. So I'm just sitting back, chilling, because I know the writing's always been on the wall. And I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for doomsday. So, you know, anyone can say to me or whatever, or hint at me saying, well, Mr. Doom and Gloom back at it again. Well, back once again, you know, we will be there. I will be there to see Lego Head's demise in 4K, bruv. No, fuck that. In 8K. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's going to happen, guys. And look, I know I've gone on a bit, but I had to make them points because this is where we're at. In simple layman terms, right? We might get a few results here and there, fine. But what are we going to achieve? Nothing. We're not winning the Champions League. We're not winning the Premier League.
Do you know what? Just before Delzz, I know he's waiting patiently. Let me just jump in with a quick little thing. I said this to Lee earlier, yeah? This club, in the last year, under Mikel Arteta, has made a 35% profit increase at a profit of £183 million. They are not going to sell him. Sack him.
It's all about the money. It's all about the money.
I didn't mean to cut you in there. I know you've been waiting patiently.
No, I hear that.
Do you know what, Aaron? There's something I wanted to talk about as well. Before Delzz, I'm sorry, man. But we thought that this team turned you into a clutch team. We thought that we transformed. That's what they used to tell us. They used to tell us that this team has changed. I don't see this team has changed. Yes, we win a couple of games. Yes, against the top 6, we're more stronger. But still, the major problem was since I started supporting Arsenal. Obviously, you guys would have seen Arsenal, you know, more than me, like Jez, for example. Aaron, you know, a little bit more. Me and Natstar, same age, same as Delzz. But our biggest problem was clutch moments, clutch games. That's why I feel when Lee was saying, oh, it's different when you play Liverpool, when there's no pressure, and when you play Southampton and there's pressure. Because our major problem was clutch games. And when we came, i.e. Newcastle game, that we needed to win to get somewhere or to win a trophy, what did we do? We fold. And on that bombshell, Delzz, what's your thoughts, man? Sorry.
Oh, man, your mic again, bro.
Oh,
is that it? No? Oh, no, I thought it was going that. You're on mute again, bro. Delzz, if you click on settings on that on the bar, the cog, and then you go down to audio, you get presented with the mic and the speaker. Sometimes you just need to click on and double change it there, mate. Like I used to get caught out with it all the time. That might help you, bro. So yeah, that settings cog that you should be able to see, and then you got camera, audio, virtual background. Obviously, click on audio, and then you got the mic, and then you can click on that, and then it'll give you different options. And then obviously it's got the mic bit. You'll know if it's working because you've got the green, and then it will go across.
The meetings have got him, bro.
I guess
the meetings have got him.
They got him.
Yeah.
They got him. But big up Akers, big up Halimi. Yeah, big up Lee. Big up Lee Statham. Is Jason Statham your cousin? Bro, I would love if I get an autograph. That guy, man, I used to love them films. I used to love them films.
Yeah,
He
Transporter.
rarely dies in film. Yeah, he rarely dies in the films. Like, he always survives somehow. But yeah, Junior, big up Junior, man. Big up Junior. But yeah, AFC, big up AFC. I love this comment. This comment is, and this comment is actually what we're gonna talk about right now. Our biggest problem right now that we face. A problem that many of us predicted. It's not like, oh, surprise, how did it happen? No. We failed to prepare. In the summer, when we were calling, year in, year out, calling for a striker. How many years has it been we've been calling for a striker? And guess what happens? Gabriel Jesus, even though this manager saw that Gabriel Jesus had a 2-time ACL. There's some players out there that get sent back. They get quickly kicked out of the club just because they have 1 ACL. He had 2. We know that ACLs are a problem. We've seen other players, and look, it's come back to bite us in the you know what. So what do we do now? We've got Havertz out. We've got Saka out. We've got young Ethan, 17 years old. We're gonna have to rely on. We've got Trossard that doesn't want to. He feel when I see Trossard, I feel like he's just unbothered. He's just unbothered. He's just not in his right mind, right in the right mentality. I can't see it. And we've got now we're gonna have to play him up front, and us whipping balls in the box. How are we gonna score? Do we find teams out? Do we open teams out so you can play a short striker? No, we don't. What do we do? How do we score people? How do we create?
Do you know what?
How do we create our chances?
Rachid, you've just made me think of actually quite a good point that you've made there, because we've now lost almost entirely, whilst we're in open play, of course, and the ability to cross to anyone or a focal point, because there's no height in that front three either. That's a good point when you actually think about it. You've got 3 wingers. Trossard's tiny. Sterling's even smaller. And even Ranieri, he's not exactly a lump, is he? We've actually, that's right. There's no real target man now. There's even if there was a plan B, there definitely isn't now. We've actually, just handcuffed ourselves to just one play of football, one style of football, and we don't even play that much. When was the last time really you sort of sat and watched Arsenal open teams up? It's usually been Martinelli running down with his head down, going out for a corner, and then we're scoring from corner. Now, funnily enough, we need the corners more than ever because we're not creating enough opening these teams up. We've lost,
and we
exactly
lost pace
right.
as well.
We haven't got many dimensions
Martinelli
left.
means pace. Yeah,
we've lost everything at this point.
Yeah.
We have lost everything at this point, man. I swear, it's a mad.
But speaking of that, Aaron, what do you think we should do now? What's the solution? What's the solution? Are you surprised that this happened? Are you surprised?
What we do now is do a Henry Wright and pray. That's what we do. A little Henry Wright meme. That's all we can do, mate. I mean, I honestly, I wish I had the answers. All we got to do is just hope that there's no more injuries. I mean, I'm now going into this Leicester game, and let's get it right. Yeah, let me make this point. I wasn't exactly hopeful anyway. Now I'm going to this Leicester game and thinking, do you know what? More than ever, we need to score in the first 10 minutes of games. That's what we've got to do, because if we don't, nerves will start settling in. And then I just don't, for a start, the longer the game goes on and we're not winning, we haven't got them players on that bench to come on and change the game. That's all done now. We've got all defenders on the bench. So that's finished. Defenders and Mikel Mourinho. So, I mean, there's no real match winner on the bench at all. Not that there was anyway. We need to now either go at the game and start attacking and try and get ourselves 1-2, whatever. Try and get ourselves in front in that game early on, or I really worry for this season. This could go massively, massively downhill and fast. Let's just take that Leicester game in isolation. If we don't go in the first 10 minutes, and usually with Arsenal, you can tell in the first 5 or 10 minutes, are we going to win this game or not? And most of the time, you're there or thereabouts, right? If we don't go 1-0 up and it's 0-0, that game starts settling in. And you go into that game 0-0 half time. I mean, it only gets worse as the minutes go on. I now sit here and I just think, wow, like what's going to happen here? It's then, please, let's just get a corner. Please, Gabriel, come and score. It's worrying. But it's what it is.
Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. It's diabolical how this manager thinks that we can play face teams and win. Yeah, Aaron, we need
any game.
So
I
now,
don't go into any game now. Nah, none.
You saw how Arsenal play. We know how Arsenal score goals. We know how Arsenal score goals. We've been crossing the ball since forever. Like since the whole season started, we've just been crossing the ball, whipping balls in. Now we don't have that option. Are we just gonna wait for Rice or Moreno to come as a box-to-box midfielder and hope that he's gonna connect with the ball? Coming to that. Speaking of that, Jez, what do you think, Jez? What do you think, Jez? You know how Arsenal play football.
Shit football. You know,
Yeah,
I mean,
man.
Aaron's just touched on Earth in the fact that Arsenal traditionally, we don't like midday kickoffs. You think back in the last few years, how many games at midday have we won?
Yeah.
And we're going to Leicester. That won't be an easy game. They're going to be looking at Arsenal now, looking at us, thinking we're lambs to the slaughter on this one. They need the points. Leicester are desperately want points.
Yeah, they're bottom half, aren't they? They're like close to the relegation. Yeah,
fourth, something from the bottom. So they're fighting for survival. We are going to Leicester, right? King Power Stadium with no strike, no proven out and out striker. 3 years ago, we sold gave Aubameyang away basically, and we haven't replaced him. 3 years. A lot of us, not just us here, but a lot of people that go on match days that I know that still go have been calling it. And I still see that there's the excuse that, well, you know, we can put Trossard in the middle. We got this. No. That player looks to me totally pissed off with the whole setup. I think he's totally pissed off with Arteta because when he came to Arsenal, he looked like he was really going to be something for the future. He's dropped off a bit, and I just think he feels he was sold a lie by Arteta, and it hasn't come to what he was expecting. So I won't be at all surprised. He's another one that goes out the door. The only solution we've got is to look to the free transfer market. We can get a player from that free transfer. Who the hell are any quality to join us from a free transfer market? Well, gentlemen, Thierry Henry, get your new boots, get your kit on, mate. Because,
sign some shirts on your way for that new merch, innit?
We need Clarence Seedorf in that midfield, not just TT. We need fucking Clarence Seedorf at this point. I've seen him play other games. Yeah. I saw him play against San Etienne All-Stars, bro. He was balling out at walking pace. And not just him, all the other players like Zizou, Ronaldo, the real one, not that CRY7 who's like only there for the records, right? Best believe that. Trust me, that boy's going to break down. But that's a different conversation for another day. But yeah, no, I hear you, Jez. But here's the thing: I heard that Diego Costa's available on a free, but we're not going to get him. We're not going to get him because Lego Head can't manage personalities. Anyone with an ounce of character, he won't deal with because he can't deal with. Because again, like I've mentioned before, it's Napoleon complex, and when someone has a Napoleon complex, it either goes down two ways. Either it works superbly or it falls flat on its face. Yeah. And in this case, it's the latter. Because look, we're going down, guys. We're going to fall down that table. And when you mentioned, Jez, about Leicester, and not just the fact that it's Leicester and they're fighting for survival, It's an early kickoff. I can't think of the last time we won an early kickoff convincingly, home or away. And I believe, are we away? We're away.
Yeah,
away, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Even more so. That's why I don't think we're going to win. I think it'll be a draw. But at the same time, guys, like it's this all boils down to lack of preparation. You know, from a rookie manager that has no business being an elite level football, but yet you'll still have these tippity top gooners, right? That will make excuse after excuse after excuse, backing Arteta to the hilt, living and dying on that. But here's the thing. They'll only live and die on that up until the very last point, for the most part. There'll be some that will die on that hill, and they will. And then, like, the rest of them will just be like, well, we tried, you know, the whole we tried, you know, tried to back him and all of that. But it's all going to go down the pan, boys. Like, at the end of the day, the way I see it, I'll be amazed. I'll absolutely be amazed. With all the injuries, with Lego Head and his management style, we all know about that and what I think, etc. Like, to even get top 4 at this point, because even though Chelsea have been poor, you know, you've got teams like Newcastle, now that they're in the final, their results will pick up. Their results definitely will pick up. Forest are flying. Villa will be there or thereabouts because obviously their Champions League knockout stages was secure. I think they qualified automatically as well. I think I can't remember. Yeah, they did. Yeah, so they're chilling at the moment when it comes to that. So the way here's the point, like, and I'll say this to anyone that disagrees with me, disagrees with us, the panel, whatever, the community. How long are you willing to give this fraud? How long are you willing to give this manager? Like, do we have to be 15th again? Because they'll they'll basically, this is their narrative, right? Unai Emery left us in a mess. Bollocks. Factually incorrect. Did he have to go at that point in time? Probably. No, I don't think so. But at the same time, Arteta took us 15th. It was either our first full season, I believe. I think it was our first.
Probably took us to bottom while Spurs was top.
Exactly. And Spurs were top. Never happened in our entire history. Sackable offence number, however much.
No.
Like, it's a fucking disgrace. But yet they still want to make excuses. They still want to say this and say that. Well, I trust the process. I trust what this manager's doing. What is it going to take? I want to make this point as well. Remember France in the 2010 World Cup? They were runners-up the last World Cup in 2006 with Dominic and that. Same manager. And then it was, I believe it was a Nicolas Anelka in training session, one of the early training sessions. It was either the first training session, I believe, where he was just like, nah, I'm not dealing with this crap, yeah? And then the rest of the French players followed. Do not be surprised if it takes one or two players where these players are just like, they're going to do the whole classic French style protest and be like, nah, we're not doing this anymore. Like, this has gone way too far. Like, even I know they've clocked out anyway, but trust me, if this carries on and we get one or two more injuries, whether it's a Saliba, Timber, could be Odegaard again, even though, you know, I don't rate him like that at all. It will get to that point, guys. Trust me. Once we get another injury, the whole team will collapse. Basically, that's my point. Yeah.
Let's not forget, right? We've still got a long way to go in Premier League games and Champions League.
17.
Who is to say we don't get another injury?
Yeah, it definitely will happen.
There you go.
It will happen.
Yeah. He's back.
I'm guessing Timber now.
Can't hear you. No, I'm joking. You go.
100. Delzz, man, Delzz.
We can hear you, Delzzy, bro.
Start the meeting attack.
That's a switch out the computer for the phone, man.
What's your thoughts, man?
I'll be honest, like,
what's your thoughts?
I've always said this about Arsenal with Arteta. It's about the mentality. When it comes to break of pressure moments, we've seen it year in, year out. We've seen it at Villarreal. We had the big pressure, remember, there to win, go to the European final. We choked that. Season after, the top 4, we choked that. And then the last 2 seasons, we choked the title. And this season, again, we're choking the cups, the title, everything. We've seen it with Bayern Munich. We go to there, do absolutely nothing. Big atmosphere, our players are not up for it. Who stepped into that game? No one. You feel me? I know how this club is, and they set themselves up every time as well. Because it's not even coming from a thing where, like, you have to just put your hands up and say, we come up against the better team. Because even though in some situations we come up against the better team, it's still at the same time we don't get a quality striker. We don't get quality midfielders. We don't get adequate backup. It's every single time we leave ourselves short. We do the absolute bare minimum, and we don't actually go over the top to actually secure our place and actually get into what we want to get to. In top 4, we could have got a striker. We didn't get a striker. With the last 2 titles, we could have got a midfielder and a striker. We didn't get a striker. Well, a midfielder. It's the same thing, man. And we see it this season as well. This summer, this January, you don't want to get anyone of the level needed. You want to get Moreno, Calafiori, Neto, and Sterling instead. Like with Man City, and then supposed to look at those signings and think, yeah, you know what, maybe this season might be their season. Like, come on, man. Even like comparing it to the last 2 seasons, what is better about us now than the last 2 seasons?
There's significantly worse, bro.
Even not even the last 2 seasons, 10 years ago, when we had Sanchez and Ozil there, man, I promise you, I'll take that team over this team right now. Because at least that team, they had quality. They had
match winners, bro. There was facts, bro.
They step up. You see Ozil, sometimes he'll come out with something absolutely out of nowhere. When's the last time you see Odegaard, when we're down, he step up. He's supposed to be the creative maestro. He's supposed to be the player where something's not going right. He's supposed to be the guy that, you get me, takes the game by hand. When was the last time you seen him do that? We've never seen him do that. I can't remember the last time. Can any of you guys tell me the last time you seen Odegaard do something like that?
Camouflage. Isn't it?
No.
He's a coward, bro.
Not a 90-minute performance. Like, I take Ozil right now. Never mind 10 years ago. I take him right now. He's on the juice, bro. And I don't give a shit if Ozil's on the juice. This is exactly what we need. Talking about 115 charges, yeah. I don't give a shit, bro. Bring him in now. I'll take Wenger at this point. That's how I've clocked out of. Since day one, I never wanted Lego Head as the manager, yeah? I'd even take a Wenger now. And you look how Wenger is right now. I saw him with the Bergkamp thing, innit? Dennis Bergkamp, Lifetime Achievement or something like that. Arsene Wenger looks fresh. He looks relaxed. Yeah. He looks rejuvenated. All these kind of words that we can use that I would usually struggle to think of, especially when my head's a little bit hot. And even then, it's not that hot at the moment, believe it or not, yeah? But if you look at that, right, you know, we just need some kind of change. And the biggest thing for me from the Newcastle game that I took out of it, because I knew we weren't going to get through, when Arteta, Lego Head, was looking at AirPod Albert, the set-piece coach, and there was another guy from the coaching staff or whatever, he was looking at them just like, guys, what do I do? What do I do? And they were just like, they have even had enough of this manager. They are letting him die on his sword. And you know what? Fair play to you. Fair play to all of them.
Thanks.
Because they've all had enough. The players have had enough. The coaching staff have had enough. I wouldn't be surprised if the dinner fucking ladies had enough. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, all of them have clocked out of this football club. This is why I say we need a global restructure. We need a reset, bruv. We need proper owners. We need to get most of that board, Peckham and all of that, out the door. Get some proper recruitment stuff in. Get some scouts in. Fuck off all this AI shit. Fuck off all the stat DNA and all that. We don't need it. And I believe one day, even though the technology is here to stay, that kind of will come back. And then who knows? We might win something. And not just a Carabao Cup and an FA Cup. Maybe a Premier League. If we get things right, maybe a Champions League. But under this ownership,
no chance.
With this captain,
no chance.
You know, steering this fucking Titanic straight into the iceberg. You know, it hasn't quite hit yet, but we are very, very close, boys. We are very close to hitting that iceberg. And it's happening this season. I've been saying it. I've been saying it, bro. I've been saying it. That Titanic is going down. That Arsenal Titanic is going down, whether people like it or not. Even Igal won't be able to find an excuse.
Save Jack.
One. Hold that. Hold that.
He won't be able to save Jack.
He won't be able to say shit.
He's doing something like he's working magic.
I think this is the case in point. Yeah, there's only, I mean, I was on a show last night, 4-hour show, Dan Potsy's with Lee.
I saw it, yeah, quality show,
Yeah.
It was.
Egal still finds the excuse to defend this. Now, I reckon today, guys, after the official announcement came out that Havertz is out for the season, looks like he is. I reckon there'll be a lot of fans today. From what I've seen in a couple of shows I've been watching, shows I don't normally watch, but I thought I'd go and have a look at these, get an idea of what's being said.
Get some intel, Jess. Get some intel.
Yeah, almost. There's a lot of people,
Got to be done.
a lot of people turning today, very angry on few channels, saying, and these players, these people in the chat are being Arteta-inners. Today, they're outers. Yep. They're saying, had enough of this. And the only person you can blame for this is Aaron. Is Arteta's.
It's all
me. I'm so sorry.
It's Arteta's arrogance. He's been so arrogant about recruitment.
Sorry.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I'd even say jokingly, if Henry turned up tomorrow morning at London Colney, knocked on Arteta's door and said, "I'm here to help," right? Yeah, get me on for 45 minutes each game. That's all I can do. Do you know? I honestly say to you this, guys, Arteta would turn round and blank him. Do you know why? Because he couldn't handle a player like Henry. Because Henry, in that changing room, mate, and say, "You're talking bollocks. What are you talking about?"
Yeah.
You know, I know that's a joke. It's never going to happen. But this is the problem. He has proved, ever since what happened with Aubameyang, right? Ousted him, ostracised him, disrespected him. And, you know, Aubameyang said, "Fuck you. I don't want to play for you. You're a prick." Yeah. And he can't handle, he couldn't do it with Guendouzi. Look at what Guendouzi's doing now. Tearing it up.
Another one.
Who's the common denominator, Jez?
Ceballos playing for Real Madrid. Right? I mean, yeah. Come
Even
on.
him.
He picked the wrong midfielder. That's what he did. The thing is that this manager, you can be like ruthless, you can be a prick, but you need to back it up. You see Pep Guardiola's kind of like that. He will blank players, he will tell players to sit down, he will shout at you, but he wins. So when people join Man City and they know that Pep Guardiola is a prick, everybody knows that, but they will still join Man City. You know why? Because he will win. Yes, he's struggling this year. Yes, he is. But how he's got credit in the bank. This guy has nothing. This guy had absolutely nothing in the bank. I don't know what he done for the club. We pay. The thing is that that's my next question as well. But big up to the chat, yeah. Like and subscribe and hey, subscribe to all of these guys, man. These are the real ones. Man.
Can I throw something in here? Sorry to interrupt you.
Go on.
I just want to throw this in, right? I've been doing this stream with Kenny and DJ about great players. Last night, we did one about the great midfielders. Not one of us three on that panel last night picked Arteta.
Oh,
I didn't mention him. Kenny didn't mention him. DJ didn't mention him, and not one person, right, in the 150 odd people watching last night mentioned Arteta.
And he was Arsenal captain as well.
There you go.
I mean, that just got to say about his quality. He was the Arsenal captain as well, and no one mentioned him. I don't know what's
Arsenal captain and manager ever. How can that be possible? Well, it is possible because it's happened. It's happening.
3 decades. I grew up when Tony Adams was captain and I had Patrick Vieira as captain. And Jesus Christ, did it just nosedive from there, man? I mean, I've seen some crap since then. And
William Gallas, didn't it? You remember William Gallas? Like, yeah, William Gallas,
number 10.
Gallas, number 10. That was
against
shambles, bro.
Talking against Birmingham, 2-0 up we were, 2-0 up, and it was 2-2 against Birmingham. I do remember.
Yeah, Eduardo broke his leg, didn't it, in 3 places.
Unfortunately, yeah,
in
3 minutes, inside a couple of minutes. That was. I can't think what his name was.
Neil Taylor, I believe. Was it Neil Taylor? I know it was something Taylor. I think it was Neil Taylor or some Taylor. Yeah. It was a centre back.
It's madness. Since then, we know I've seen some shit, and now we have one as well. Captain Coward. He is not the geezer. Do you know what? Yes. Yeah, and I'll tell you for why. When you've got your only real match winner in Bukayo Saka, who's been out for a few weeks now, he's been out for a few weeks. You look at your captain and you think, do you know what? World class, people call him Odegaard. Now is your turn to step up. All right, prove why you're the captain. Take the ball by the horns. Take the games by the horns. Be the match winner. Be the leader. Be Saka and his replacement. Step up. And what does he do? Hide and seek champion. That's all he does. He just hides in games. He don't assist no more. His shooting is pathetic. Like, and by that I mean every shot. Not only do I not know when his last half decent goal was, I don't actually know when his last half decent shot was, boys. Yeah. Like, Joe, it's either depressingly rolls along the floor or it goes fucking 100 miles over the goalie, like over the goal.
I think he scored one against like Tottenham away, like a couple of seasons ago. Like when we
2 seasons ago,
when we were 8 points clear. Yeah, that was the last time where I thought, you know what, that was a wicked shot. You know, you didn't take too many touches and you just slapped it. Like that's the only time I can think of.
Do you know what's
crazy? That was 19 months ago, bruv. 19 months ago.
And he had a chance against Newcastle. He hit it wide. Every
this is what I'm saying, Rachid. There's your chance right there. There you go. Proof and case, yeah? Okay, whatever it is, whatever the phrase is. Right there, step up, put that in and change the game. It probably wouldn't have. There's still a mountain to climb. But I tell you what, I'd rather be 1-0 up at 2-0 than 3-0 down. Because it was a give or take moment. Because a minute later they go and score. Salah, there you go. There's the tie.
But that's the thing. That's the thing, Aaron. Yeah. The thing is that he has to show us why you're a captain for a team like a club like Arsenal. The thing is that
I'm the king of England, mate. If he's the captain of Arsenal, I'm the king of England, mate.
And these Arteta-ins, they don't put the club where it should be. What did yesterday? I saw a little bit of I saw a little bit of that show you had, Jez, with Dan Potts. Big up to Dan Potts and everybody that was on there. Igao said something like, "Oh, we're not Real Madrid or Barcelona." Yes, but our goal is to be. Why are you putting us down? Why are we always the victims? Why do we always put this club down? Why? The thing, and we've seen it before. And I want to talk about something now. Is it the owners really after spending that amount of money? I don't like the owners. I want them out just like everybody else. But is it really them? They spent 800 million, guys. We need to talk about that. They gave this manager 800 million and they gave him the freedom. Don't tell me he didn't give them the freedom, because every time a player bangs, what do they tell you? Oh, Arteta signing. So when a player doesn't bang, it's Arteta signing as well. Not only when it bangs. Exactly. But I gotta go through a little bit of these comments. Big up to Wolf. Big up to Wolf. Yeah, question to the panel. Big up Unique. What about Tierney at left back and Lewis Skelly on the left wing? Yeah. I'll take that.
Do that.
Yeah,
you know what the thing is though? Yeah, I would absolutely take that. But like I was saying a minute ago, that point that you made, Tierney comes on, brilliant. He's a wicked cross on the ball. Who's he going to cross it to?
Yeah.
Marino.
But at least Lewis Skelly's a bit direct, right? Lewis Skelly's a bit direct. He can wiggle himself maybe and create something. But I don't know. That's the thing. Why are we trying to get Lewis Skelly, that is a number 8, to play on the left, and we get Tierney that hasn't played any games? Well, he rarely plays, and it's been nearly half a season and he hasn't played yet, and now we have to play him. So it's always these. We're always feeding these gaps. It's always papering over the cracks. Sorry, it's always like that. But big up, Unique for the question, bro. Big up, Wolf
Unique,
again. Man. Big up, Ams. We ran like a joke, just an absolute joke, but that manager didn't deserve the money. 100%. That's the next thing we're going to talk about, Ams, man. Tune in, love. Hey, like and subscribe. And subscribe to these guys as well.
Here are the lights, people, man. Support
Subscribe to them, Liam. Big up, Liam. Big up, bro. Big up. Big up, Hendon. Big up, Hendon.
Big up, Hendon.
Hendo.
Big up Liam again, lads. 9th of January, Edu has addressed to the papers that he said fans should know the truth. 100%. I'm waiting. By the way, I'm waiting for Edu.
We will be there. We will be there. More than you believe.
Emergency
More
meeting.
than you believe.
Emergency meeting. Yes. Big
100%.
up. Big up Mems. Big up Jez and panel. How's it going? Love the show the other day with yourself, Kenny Ken, DayGB. Hey, shout out to Kenny Ken and DayGB, real ones.
Yeah, big up.
Hey,
big
that
up.
show is elite. That show is elite.
Proper. You don't find shows like that on there. That's why it's elite, Rachid, bruv. Because there's no other shows like it with that knowledge.
Authentic. Keep it up. I can't wait for your top defenders. I'm guessing Tony Adams is on one. That's the thing. Jez can't tell you now. Then he ruined the whole show, right? Right, Jez?
I'm not saying anything. There's quite a few others in there, mate. Quite a few others in there, which will surprise people because we're not. It's not all about. I'll tell you, the show will be elite, right? Which will be in a few weeks. I've planned this one. I'm planning them a couple of weeks ahead, right? Briefly, it will be the ultimate squad, which will be TJ, Kenny, me. Given our ultimate squad from all the times, years, whatever we've watched. So that'll be a good one.
Yeah, you heard it first.
Yeah,
you heard it first, Mems. Looking forward to it. 100%. Big up Trusay. Under KSE, trophies are irrelevant. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, he said it before. We're not here to win trophies. He did not buy the club to win trophies. But yeah, big up True. Big up Liam. Aaron, turn your mic up.
I listened. I did. Hopefully it's to your satisfaction, sir.
Can't hear you, mate.
100%. Big up James. Big up James, Arsenal FC. Big up,
mate.
I said we need a striker, but would Arteta listen? No, he never listens. Yeah, he thinks he's right. He thinks he's right all the time. Narcissistic.
Napoleon complex, bro.
100%.
Yeah.
I don't know how his wife keeps up with him. I can't lie. I don't know how he lives at home.
Well,
he conquered.
Yeah.
Breaking news incoming. I said it before. Remember, Rashid, I said it before.
Got in there, haven't they?
Yeah, look, trust me. Not all is rosy in the garden, and that includes the Arteta household. I'm just saying. I'm not an ITK, but do not be surprised if Arteta goes through something similar than Pep, because Arteta ain't no Pep, bruv. Best
he's
believe
gonna
that.
lose all his hair.
Oh, 100%.
He's gonna lose his hair.
Trust me. Them lines which are glued on his fucking Lego head. That we will see that. We will see all
Velcro strips
unfold. Totally unfold, bro. For sure.
100%. Big up Prospero, man. Mikel Moreno is our new CF. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. Mikel Moreno is gonna be the box-to-box midfielder, and we're gonna whip in the ball and just hope that Mikel Moreno will connect to the ball every time.
And it'll be genius. Oh,
It'll be
Lego head Arteta's a genius. Genius move, guys. And all of that bullshit, bruv. Like, I'm not here for it. Sorry, Rashid, to cut you there for a second. Like, I hear all of these like play Marino up front. I'd rather Calafiore up front because at least he's shown he can put the ball in the back of the net. Do you know what I'm saying? And I will be there for that as well. Look, I'm here for all of it, guys. I'm here for all of it because I didn't want this manager in the first place. I knew this would happen. It's just taken a lot longer than it should have done. That's all I'm saying. But apparently I don't know shit. I don't know ball. So
that's what they tell you. Gaslighting at its finest. Gaslighting at its finest.
And I have no tolerance for that shit, Rashid, bro. You can tell anyway, but I have no tolerance for bullshit of the highest order, and I will slap them down, bruv. All of them, bruv. Like it's not even like, bruv.
100%. This one's a good one. Raheem the Dream. You got to be asleep to believe this shit. 100%. You need to dream, guys.
Yeah, to see the
That's
best
what
of
you
Raheem.
need to do.
Well, yeah,
Yeah, the Raheem dream.
100%, man, 100%. But yeah, Trusay could have got a clinical Santiago Jimenez for only 40 mil. Yeah, Jimenez was a shout as well.
Yeah.
Jimenez was a shout as well. Yeah, big
He's
up.
at
Big
AC
up.
Milan
We've
now.
got-
Yeah.
He's all right. He's all right. We could have got that's the thing. I want to stop here for a second as well. That's the thing. We could have bought a striker just to get us through the season and then buy a proper striker in the summer. Because it wouldn't be that expensive to just go buy a striker that would get us just through the season. Do you know what I'm saying? Just to get us there. Big up Noomski. Big up Noomski's in the building. Big up Nooms.
Big up,
Big up. Big up.
Big up, brother.
I didn't realise I was coming.
Wonder boy.
Big up,
Big up
everybody,
Noms,
man.
man.
What are you
Nice
saying,
one,
man?
brother.
Internal solutions. Come on, Grego.
What is better, the destination or the journey? The journey or the destination? The journey. The journey.
You see the light bulb, guys. You see the fire in the eyes. The light bulb, guys. Do you see a rabbit or do you see a duck?
Listen, guys.
Oh my God.
Do we have any pickpockets in here? Pickpockets.
Yeah, we lost that.
Yeah.
Second pocket. I've lost the fiver. What the fuck?
Well, that didn't go well. The pickpocket was a joke. But yeah, big up Ams. Exactly, Jez. I've been saying for years, who got rid of Abba, a player who won PL Golden Boot and didn't replace him. Arteta is the disgracia. He's a disgracia. That's what he is, Ams, bro. He doesn't know how to manage. The thing is there's coaching and there's management. Do you know what I'm saying? You know, when you're working a job and you have that kind of like dickhead manager where he's like a really micromanaging manager and he thinks that he's doing it right. Like you're not. You're just throwing people away. At one point, because he'll get so many people will report back to HR. At one point, he will get sacked for that. But yeah, we will be there. We will be there.
Yeah.
By the way, Liverpool just scored this 2-1 for him.
Yeah,
Dagger incoming. Dagger.
Just to let you know,
incoming.
Big up, Matty. Big up, Matty.
Big up, Matty, man.
so we're now 9
Try
points
to tell
behind.
him.
Yeah, now 9 points behind Liverpool, mate.
Yeah,
Great job.
and the reason why they're going to win the Premier League, Mohamed Salah has scored the goal.
Yep.
Almost like you need a player that can score 20 league goals.
It's
Win the
almost
league,
like
isn't it?
knows how to use the players. You can actually use those players to win the title. I never knew. I thought you had to.
Don't worry, guys. We're spreading the goals around. Guys.
Community, boys. We're a family. We're
Oh yeah.
Why you have a striker? That is how you win.
Oh dear.
That's how you win.
We need to show the love. Show the way I love.
Love that.
Absolute
Joe
joke.
Benito TV. Big up. Love that. I
Big
remember
up. That was my next question, yeah? That was my next question, because I kind of understand what Jogo Benito's saying, because I was thinking about it as well, yeah? Everybody blaming the Cronkies, yeah? But they gave the money, they gave him the freedom, they gave him the players, they gave him everything he wanted to turn into a second Pep. Aaron, what's your thoughts on this? Aaron, what's your thoughts, man?
Yeah, listen, man. Yeah, you can't. There's certain bits that you can complain about, and by that I mean we still needed to spend more in the summer. I mean, it was obvious in the winter; it was fairly obvious. But at the same sort of breath, you know, he has spent a lot of money, Mikel Arteta. 31 signings, yeah, 31, 32, I can't remember. And I said this with Norms earlier. Out them signings, I can only count on my hand, maybe 5 max. By that math, that means if we sign about 6 players in the summer, only one of them are going to be any good. Because that's what we've seen over the last 5 years. He's had the money to spend and spend it properly. You look at the signings that we made this summer, Calafiori and Mikel Merino. Did he spend that money right? He had 80, 90 million there. Why didn't you buy Gyökeres? Do you reckon that we'd have more points or be in more competitions if we had Gyökeres or Calafiori, who's barely played a game of football, and Mikel Merino, who's the shittest midfielder we've had in a very long time? That's not down to the Cronkies. That's down to Arteta misspending his money. If you've only had that, let's just say, we're going to say they did say, no, you've only got this, you spend it how you want. And that's what he's done with it. I mean, you can only blame Mikel Arteta for that. And then you do it on the other. No one told him to spend 65 million on Kai Havertz. No one's told him to spend 35 million on Fabio Vieira, who, by the way, 2 years later, without even leaving a footprint in the snow at Arsenal for 2 years, is now back to his club Porto for free all year.
And by the way, Aaron, sorry to just butt in. They didn't want to recall him. They didn't want to recall him. After everything we were going through, they didn't want to recall Fabio Vieira. Why? Because he's not good enough.
Yeah.
He's not
The
good enough.
signings,
You paid that money
the signings, bruv,
for nothing.
are poor. Go on, sorry, Rashid, go on.
No, that was it. That was it.
Yeah,
Aaron. Go on.
yeah, the signings are poor, mate. And do you know what worries me is the inevitability of Gabriel and Saliba leaving, and probably Saka at some stage. That's an inevitability. The problem that worries me is our inability to be able to replace them when they do go, because we're going to be losing two phenomenal young centre backs who could get in the vast majority of teams in the world. I think at the minute, I think that's probably fair to say they're there or thereabouts. Our player ID is that worrying, that poor, that shambolic, that pathetic. I genuinely believe we will not be signing anywhere near their level. If we sell Gabriel and Saliba, do you think that we're going to get similar style quality replacements? Nah, which means we're going to be left with two severely worse players probably over the next 4 or 5 years, depending on when they go. That's the worrying thing. What about Saka? Let's just say you went in the summer, just randomly, just him. Do you reckon Arsenal are going to be signing someone on his level? Well, we can't even sign a forward player, let alone the right forward player. We'll probably sign someone like Sterling again on a permanent basis. That's probably what we'll do. Well, you know, we still ain't seen the better of him yet. Maybe we'll see the best of him this year. Come on, man.
Maybe.
That's the worrying thing. That's the worrying thing.
And the problem is,
unfortunately, that's how it is.
and the problem is that if Arsenal rate Gabriel and Saliba at over 100 million, that's the sort of price that we need to be replacing them with. Arsenal ain't got that money. Same with Saka. To get that level, you're looking at 80 million plus. Are we going to do that? No, we ain't going to do that. Right. So at the end of the day, we're going to be hanging on to these players because they're looking at this and they're looking at all their other teammates and looking across Europe and seeing how. I mean, look, Real Madrid yesterday, all right? They didn't have their best game, but there's something about getting it over the line, mentality, right? And Saliba's going to look at that. They've got two centre backs out that need to be replaced. When Real Madrid come, it's a different knock. And Saliba's got his ear right to that door, mate. You know what I mean? You saw the video circulating on social media. You know what I mean? Once he, if he's not going to put it to bed, which he didn't, that's what's going to happen going in the summer. And there's a great possibility that we could lose him in the summer because now we're in a situation where we're literally down to the bare bones, and he's looking at it going, "Why didn't?" In his mind, he's not going to say it out loud, but he's going to say, "Why didn't you guys, strengthen in the summer or in this very window?" Everybody keeps talking about, Arteta was crying out for a striker, blah blah blah. Well, early part of January he wasn't, because he was asked directly if he needed a striker, and the answer was, "No, I don't need one."
That's a great point you make, Norms. What message does that send to the players? All of this, either no spending or poor spending. What does that send to your very, very top players? Saliba's going to be in again. Real Madrid need a centre back, and their team's pretty much golden. They need a couple of centre backs. I'll go there, or shall I stay at this Arsenal team who aren't signing players? When they do sign players, they're absolutely crap. They've got the ambition of the best club in the world on that side, wanting you, or the ambition of Arsenal, which is absolutely no ambition whatsoever. What message is it going to send through that squad?
The same
It's worrying. It's a good point you make there, Norman.
100%. We see this. We see this year in, year out. This is Arsenal. Hasn't changed. I thought that Arteta changed the culture. That's what I used to hear. Change the culture. But Jez, do you blame the Cronkies? Do you blame Arteta? Do you think the Cronkies have done enough by giving this guy money and freedom?
I blame the Cronkies for appointing the wrong manager.
100%.
I don't blame the fact that Arteta has had everything practically, from what I can see, what he's asked for, what he's wanted.
On the play as well.
You say, he hasn't been backed. He hasn't been bollocks. He's had £800 million. It's not the Cronkies that have bought shit players. It's Arteta, Edu, and basically the board. The board get involved with sanctioning the release of the money. The money sat there, right? And if they come up with a plan, we got to buy this player, right? We've also got to blame the Cronkies, for poor selection of people that get involved with the purchase of these players. I mean, Tim Lewis has worked for KSC since 2007. Doesn't mean he knows football. Doesn't mean that. He might be a very, very skilled business advisor, because let's put it right. The Cronkies are multi-billionaires. And you don't become a multi-billionaire for being an idiot.
Yes. You know how much of a billionaire he is? To just interrupt, just quickly, bruv. $16.9 billion. That man's worth.
And that's him. That's not even including.
That's just him. That's not his wife. That's not his wife.
Yeah. That's just him. Just Cronky. Yeah, $17 billion. Sorry to interrupt you there, Jez. I just thought it was relevant. People.
No, you're jumping in with the great facts. The fact remains here is that I blame them for appointing a novice manager. This club is too big for this manager, and the PR of Arsenal, you can't deny it. It's fantastic.
It's best in the world. That's the only thing we're the best in the world at.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Can I just say as well, where is this money then? Yeah, so what I said earlier, right? In the last year, 35% in increase in revenue, 183 million that translated into. Also, in the last 2 years, we've renewed the Emirates Stadium, Fly Emirates deal. We've renewed the Adidas deal, Visit Rwanda deal. We've been in the Champions League for 2 years and got rid of the 2 years in the Europa League and no Europe. We've done the training ground, Sober Realty. We've released 15 chains of merch and only 14 wins in the Premier League. Where's all the money then? How come we're not spending it? Yeah. How come we're not spending it? Why are we not spending it? There's so many questions there.
You're talking about revenue from the previous Champions League and what you're going to earn in this Champions League. Okay.
Yeah.
And we're not sailing anywhere near PSR. All right.
We're nowhere near it. We're in the most healthy financial place we have probably ever been in as a footballing institution right now. And to let us go through that window when we're told, oh, there's no one available, people, there was plenty of opportunities. No market opportunities. There was a plethora of opportunities in that market. We just fell asleep. Like, was it what you said, Nomsy? We was asleep at the wheel.
Yep.
We just fell asleep at the wheel. That's all. What happens? You crash. You crash when you fall asleep at the wheel. It's not hard, people.
Yeah.
He's had the money. And, you can't blame anybody. You've got to point the finger at the people that chose the players. That was Arteta and Edu. They're the ones that made the decision. Arteta, as somebody said earlier, he spunk £65 million on Havertz.
Yeah.
I mean, that's his decision. He's the one that says, yeah, we'll have him. And we can go on and we can go on and we can go on. But the problem is the other side of this coin. We buy these players at exorbitant price, put on them stupid money a week. When it comes to the day that they do decide, we've got to get rid of him. We can't fucking sell them because nobody will pay the wages.
Yeah.
Whose fault is that, gentlemen? That is Arteta.
Can I just say as well, what a sorry state of affairs we are in when after a decade and $750 million has been spent on this football team, we're now sitting here in February 5 years later and 1 month later looking at the free market because we've got no one up front. That and when you actually isolate that is just
indictment. That's an indictment. That's what you're seeing now.
He's changed our lives, guys. He's changed our lives.
Yeah, it's embarrassing, bro.
It's made one worse. You're right. It's changed mine for the worse. It's pathetic when you start saying things out loud and cotton and things like that on. That's a real sorry state of affairs for this.
But here's the thing, Aaron. Like, we don't sell well. That's the thing. We don't sell well. That's another huge problem.
We're going to
that goes back to the boards. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
This is the issue that I've had with the board, and that's why I've been on their neck for years, bruv. At least a few years, because it's just like basically, well, if we're making all this money elsewhere through sponsorships, renewal of sponsorships, Champions League money, Premier League TV money and all that, clear of PSR and all that, okay, cool. What about the transfer kitty? What happened to this war chest and all of that shit, yeah? Mm-hmm. We ain't going to see that because the mismanagement that's been going on at this football club is nothing short of a disgrace. It's an absolute howler, you know, overpaid with the wages time and time again, you know, ripping up contracts in the past. We're going to have to do that again. Perpetual motions, going in cycle, full circle, nonsense, complete and utter bollocks. And here's the thing, guys, right? The only way this ends is when we like I said earlier, Normski, like we nosedive down this table because we're not winning the Champions League. I'll be amazed if we get to the quarterfinals, you know. And but basically, then it's like Ian Beale settings from EastEnders. Oh, I got nothing left. I got nothing left, and all of that shit. Like, do you know what I'm saying? And we're literally at that point. But these tippity top gooners, the likes of Igal and the rest of them, man, there, yeah. They honestly believe that it's Kroenke's fault and it's not Arteta's fault when it comes to players being on high wages. You know, the fact that Arteta's got so much power at that football club, you know, not wanting to buy a striker. Oh, it's the board's fault. Oh, it's the Kroenke's fault. No, they've given him that power. Josh gave him that fucking power. The board have released the funds. Like the Kroenkes, the board members, whatever, yeah? They've released those funds in the last 5 years since Lego Head's been here. Don't tell me that this ain't the manager's fault, especially when it comes to on the pitch matters, because it's affecting us off the pitch. Like I said, the fact that we don't sell well, you know, because is anyone going to honestly sit here, and anyone in the chat or anyone else from other, you know, other content creators, whatever, yeah? Can any of you guys tell me that we're going to get top dollar for Gabriel and Saliba? Because I know they're going to Real Madrid, and Real Madrid, I know what they're thinking. It's Arsenal Football Club. We're going to get them on the cheap. Because if everyone else is getting them on the cheap,
let me tell you something.
What are we going to do?
I said this on my stream yesterday, that watch what Real Madrid's going to do. They're going to say, yo, okay, Saliba has 2 years left on his contract. Let's just tell them that, you know what, you either sell him to us now or we get him on a free in 2 years later. Arsenal board are going to panic and say, you know what? Oh, no. We can't afford to get rid of him on the free. This fan base all right. So then they'll say, you know what? We'll give him free for like 50 million or some stupidness like that. And then we'll just undersell. And then either Real Madrid are going to get him on the cheap or we're going to get rid of him for free. Either way, we are fucked. Because you won't be able to replace him. And this process is going to go downhill. Without Saliba or Gabriel, Saka, any of those guys there. It will be absolutely, bro. Oh my days.
Yeah, but trust the process, guys. No, the process is fucking finished. Yeah. I've been saying it's finished. Yeah,
it's like
you know,
Van Persie,
all these things that we've mentioned. Yeah, exactly. Van Persie. I clocked out with Arsene Wenger when we sold him to Man United. That's strike number one. But strike number two, on the cheap. Strike number three, didn't replace him adequately. Albeit Podolski's a good player. I rate Podolski, but he ain't RVP level.
Yeah,
let's get that right. Yeah. So 3 strikes and you're out, mate. So like even after that 8-2, I was like, okay, we'll see what's going on in the summer and all of that. Nothing, nothing. And then we're here now in January, and even in the summer, you know, Marino, Calafiore, you know, Havertz the summer before, you know, last summer, and all of that shit. Like, when does this actually end? When does the bullshit end? I would love to ask Igal and anyone else that believes in this process, believes in Arteta personally, how long are you willing to accept this shit? Because I'm done. Well, you guys know this already anyway. I have been done from minute one because I told you that even before he got the job, he was not the one. You don't give a rookie manager that much power, because in any other sector in life, that doesn't happen. You don't give a manager of a corporation millions and millions of dollars, pounds, euros, whatever, a year to just do whatever they want with it, to use it as like some kind of doggy chew toy. That doesn't happen, bruv. That doesn't happen. Only in football and only at Arsenal Football Club. That's my issue. But they won't be able to answer that question. They'll just rage quit like Igal did last night. Again, another one. bites the dust and all of them.
I've seen people, Natstar, mate. I've seen people, like well-known YouTubers. I won't name them. And when they were asked a question of how long do you give it, the answer was as long as it takes. So that means there's just a waiting line. There's not a process. That's
even
not a process.
Harry last night. Sorry, Aaron. Like even Harry last night was saying that. Well, we'll give it a couple of years. No, it's always 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years too long.
Yeah.
You're going to wait till you're 90 years old, mate. No disrespect to the OGs, Normski and Jason here, yeah? But are you willing to wait like 40, 50 years? Exactly. I'll be dead by the time this club acts seriously at this rate. I'm not waiting that long. I'm 30, bro.
I'll tell you, it's going to be like that with Zimmer frame going, trust the process.
Trust me.
Let's freaking go.
This process is longer.
And all of that, like,
hey, let's be honest, guys.
Lemons.
This process is longer than the A&E queue. Let's be honest, guys. Come on. It's been too long.
Yeah.
It's been too long. It's been too long. And you know what? You Arteta ins, yeah, you're always gonna be single mothers out there. All of you are gonna be single mothers, yeah. Benefit settings, yeah. You're gonna go to benefits, get that money. That's what you lot are gonna do because this husband, this man you love so much is gonna leave you. He's toxic. He's gonna leave whether you like it or not because it will come to a point where it's just enough is enough. But Norms, we want to.
But that's the question. That's the question. When is enough? Is enough? This is the thing because I was listening last night to your gal, mate, and Jez, you held it together well, bro. Because I was frustrated, bro.
Yeah.
You know, because you asked him out. You asked him how long he's supported Arsenal. He said from 1998. So he's seen Arsenal win things and that, and we're looking back at that saying the last time we won a trophy was in 2004. A proper trophy was 2004 in terms of the Premier League. Yeah, if somebody told me that we would have gone unbeaten, in a season, and somebody said that for the rest of from now till 2024 or 2025, you will not win another Premier League, I'll be having a laugh. But with those players that are playing like that, because all I was seeing was this up trajectory. But literally, we've literally come to the top, come to our plateau. And now we've just nosedived, and that's all we're doing, nosediving. And I'm fed up to the back teeth of these. You've got these nutty. I call them nutty professors. Yeah, who are sitting there working out stats and XG and XPL and
ribs, bibs, and dibs and that. That's my favourite one. Yeah, ribs, bibs, and dibs and that. Mate.
Come on, what did we do, guys, when we was watching football back in the day? Did we sit there and go, what's his XG? No. Right, you've got people saying that Sesko, yeah? Now, this guy, I'm looking at what he does. You've scored 9 goals in 14, 15, 20 games. Yeah. That's what I'm looking at. I'm not looking at expected goals and what you could have done. You didn't do it, did you?
Yeah.
You didn't
By the way, Norms, I just want to butt in and I'll butt out quickly. This XG, it started from Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo ruined football.
Yes, facts.
Just the way Pep Guardiola ruined football as well, with this systematic football. Because before the era of, obviously I don't remember it, but I know before Ronaldo and Messi, this XG didn't matter. They just put this to actually gas up Ronaldo to be the same player as Messi. It's just different. It's just different. We can see we've got eyes. Yep. It's all about the eyes. The eyes don't lie, Chico. You get me? The eyes don't lie. But go on.
Best believe.
So basically, what they do, so they're measuring Sesko based on his age. So they're looking at his age. It's all calculations and calculus and whatever. So by the time he gets to a certain age, he would have scored. They weren't even looking at what he at the time of when Ireland was this age or then at the age that he was performing. Who cares? You're telling me that you're going to go and buy Sesko in the summer to get this guy, to get this team over the line. 9 goals. His best season is 14 goals. 14 goals.
Basically fits in then, doesn't
how's this guy? Listen, if you're going for a world-class striker, you have to go and pay. I don't want to see another project of a young player coming in and waiting for this guy to develop into some top-class striker. For start, Arteta can't develop strikers. He ruins them. Yeah? He
We needed
absolutely
Sesko
ruins them.
2 years ago to bed him in for 2 years to get him
Exactly.
used to this. That's what we needed,
you,
not from now.
Would you agree with this statement? I quote, and I've seen this a lot in the last few shows this week, last week. This statement that Arteta's changed the culture. Well, I would say he has changed the culture for the worse.
Yep.
Because I think, personally, my honest opinion, having watched this club for all the years I have watched them, 57 years, the culture is worse than I've ever seen it in my life. Because we now have a fan base that is deluded. They're not supporting Arsenal, they're supporting Arteta. I've never, ever in my life seen the love for a manager like this. Even the great Sir Alex Ferguson, Man United, was a great, probably one of the greatest managers I've ever witnessed, what he did at Man United. But there was never a love fest like this. Where has it come from, people?
I don't know.
I'd understand
2 letters,
it.
PR.
Well, it must be the best PR in the world. I mean,
It is.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, sorry to cut you, Jez. Yeah, right. It's 2-2.
I see it.
Oh, is it?
We're going to win the league.
No.
We're going to win the league. Sorry, mate. Come back, Jez. Come and say your thing. Do your thing, mate. Do your thing.
No. I'll just watch it now. Yeah, all pitch invasion now. Brilliant. Anyway, there we go. What else? Yeah. This thing of this PR, and I'll leave it to the panel to talk about it. But
yeah,
what is this culture change? To me, there was nothing wrong with the culture. What was wrong was the fact we had a manager that needed to go, Wenger, in the end. I mean, I love Wenger. Don't get me wrong. I loved him. Towards the end, it was it was time for change. He had too much control. The worry is, gentlemen, the way it's going here is Arteta has got too much control. And I honestly believe, as Tony was saying in the chat, right, Edu has said it's time to know the truth. What does that say to you? What does that say to you? That says to me, Edu got the arsehole with Arteta. He's already stated he didn't agree with the new contract. So I think he said, nah, fuck this, I'm off. I don't like what's happening here. We're going down a road to a dead end, which is going to end badly.
Very bad.
And I honestly think right now, with some of the comments I've seen from Arteta inners are now Arteta outers, this man, Arteta, is on very thin ice. If he's man, he's done. He's gone. It will be
100%.
Arteta, mate, that turn on him. Once the fans turn and stop going, stop spending their money at the ground, the armory, that's when the Cronkies will say, oh, hang about. We haven't earned that 2.5 million today at the Emirates. What's going on? That's when they will sit up and go, no, this ain't working. Fuck off, Arteta.
Yeah. We'd be better off with Bricktop at this point. You're on thin fucking ice, my pedigree chum. And I will be under it when it breaks. And best believe that what Edu was saying, just very quickly, what Edu is saying is spot on. But here's the difference. We're the minority for now. Big up, Delzz. But we know the truth. Here's the difference. We know the truth. The likes of Igao and all of that don't know the truth. Or if they do, it's ostrich settings for them motherfuckers.
Yeah, head
in the sand and all. Yeah, exactly. Head in the sand. That's my biggest gripe with Igao. It's not personal, but it's at the same time, it's so frustrating. It's like, you know, like what Roy Keane was saying about with the whole Fred thing, like in midfield and like, you just want to shake Igao and just be like, why do you think the way that you do, bruv? Like, what is going through that head of yours, bro? Why are you backing him? But I tell you why. Because this ownership, this whole corporation conglomerate, it's a cult, bruv. It's the cult of Lego Head, bruv. Trust me.
Yeah.
And once that cult fails, yeah, because everyone thought back in the day that Marilyn Manson cult would still be going on to this day, bruv. But guess what? It isn't. It isn't. And trust me, Arteta ain't no Marilyn no, not Marilyn Manson. Sorry, Charles Manson.
Charles Manson.
But you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Charles
yeah,
Manson.
yeah,
Cult of Charles, yeah. They all thought that would still be going on to this day. Yeah. Well, look, either way.
I was letting you go.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
Look, I don't usually do shit like that, but I'll tell you what. I hold my hands up, which is what a lot of these tippity top gooners won't do. So instead of Igal saying, like, because I heard what you were saying last night, like, oh, Arteta's done this and Arteta's done that, hold your hands up and say, I got it wrong to Lee Gunner. Wrong for what? Wrong for what? How about you hold your hands up, both of them, and be like, this fucking fraudulent manager has taken us backwards, created a cult, and we're now far worse off. Now, I don't care if we're second at the moment, then we would be better off with Wenger. We would be far better off with Wenger right now, even a declining
he would have won it. Wenger would have won it. I'm not going to lie. 800 million?
100%.
800 million, he would have won it.
He didn't even need to spend that money. He could have spent an eighth of that in the total of the 5 years, and look what we would win. We would win a Premier League, maybe 2. We'd win FA Cups.
He's got an eye for players.
Maybe a Carabao.
He's got eye for players.
Talent ID. Yes, 100%. Rashid. His talent ID is just next level, bro. It's next fucking level, and it's just very like frustrating. Like every time I see these people talk about processes, back this manager, he's going to get it right this time. This, that, and the third, man. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, I don't understand. I don't understand their thought process, but they find it hard to understand, mine. And I don't understand what they're thinking. See, because what I'm thinking is the bigger picture. And the bigger picture is we're going nowhere very fucking fast. And what is it going to take for us to finish outside of Europe? Because I said we'd finish 6th. And you all laughed at me. Not you guys, but all of them other motherfuckers will laugh at me. Well, I have to say, you will not be laughing right now and in the next 3 months, come the end of May, when I'll be like, I told you so. I don't even have to say shit. Because I'll give them that look.
Do you know what it is?
I'll give them that look.
Sorry, Natstar. Arteta ins, when bear in mind, you have to talk to them at the end of the season. Do not talk to them throughout the season, because Arsenal are a roller coaster. Sometimes they'll pop up and be like, "Oh, see what Arsenal are doing. See what Arsenal." The reason why I've experience with these guys, because my friends, people I work with, nearly everybody, they're crawling. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. But yeah, big up to everyone. Big up to the chat. Big up to the stream. Big up everyone, bro. Big up the panel. But big up DGB as well. I'm coming to your comment, because his comment, I like his comment. Yeah. But big up Tony, yeah? Eddie said Arsenal fans deserve to know the truth, and the Arteta ruins Arsenal, please. Please, Edu, come out and say the truth, please. Come out and say the truth. You can't. Yeah. You can't.
You're an invincible, Edu. Come out and do the right thing, bro.
Exactly.
Do the right thing.
Do the right thing.
For once.
Yeah.
Have a change of heart. Come back to the light. He'd
get some fans a little bit back on side if he did. Do you know that?
Yeah, for sure.
100%.
Yeah.
And he knows it.
Teams
he knows
wake up
it as well.
Yeah.
Sorry.
100%. He does know it. He does. But big up DGB. He said, "Big up, guys. It's done, boys.
Big up DGB,
it's
man.
done." I agree with you. He's had the money to win a league against a man that just walked through the door with Liverpool. Oh, but Liverpool had a team. It was Klopp. But before that, you didn't rate Liverpool. So why are you rating Liverpool now? Oh, it's always an excuse with you guys. Always an excuse. But yeah, big up Mems. Big up Ems. Kai Havertz isn't a 30-goal scorer, not a chance, waste of transfer. Now he's finished for the rest of the season. That's the thing. Look, everybody, look up the players that you can buy for 65 million or 70 million. They are way better than Havertz. Havertz is not even on the level. No. Havertz should be a third choice striker. A third choice striker. So there needs to be there needs to be a bus with the first two strikers being on the bus, and then that bus crashes, and then we turn around, we try the wingers, and then there's nobody left, and then we pick Kai Havertz. But yeah, man, yeah, it's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. Big up the GB again. Big up the GB. Still got fans seeing. I see his plan made progress. We are no further. Sorry, it's a bit. I don't know what my connection is saying, but yeah, still got fans saying his plan made progress. We are no further to winning the Prem or the CL. It's madness. 100%, 100%, man, 100%. What's this I'm hearing about AFTV shutting their live stream down? Main character was chatting about Edu. What's this I'm hearing about?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to what it was all about. I haven't seen it.
It was it was Thingy Bob. What's his name? Talking about.
It was Robbie and Cecil, I think. It was Robbie and Cecil, right, Jez?
It was Cecil basically saying about Arteta. He's now saying that Arteta should leave. Cecil.
He's going to be out of a job. He's going to be out of a job.
Big time. Can't go against your master. Can't go against your Lord and Saviour now.
Yeah. Well, basically, the stream was taken down or stopped, and it was edited, and that bit was all taken out.
Guys, we are seeing it. We are seeing
universal credit.
That's what's going on. It's happened live. Cecil can't take it. The man has said, I can't take it anymore. I've got, he was muscled. Yeah?
But
one by one, they all crumble. They all fall down, man.
Christmas, he's been, to be fair, Cecil, since before Christmas, has actually been, you can see, he's been going, fuck this. Fuck this.
That's interesting.
He's had a cut of running, old Julian.
I'm just hoping that somebody has screenshot that before. Like, you know what I mean? So we can get the evidence, man, and present that. But somebody must have screenshot that.
Oh, yeah.
Screen recorded it, mate. Because
there's always one.
That is absolutely telling. Yeah, that's absolutely telling. Because it's interesting.
Live and direct and in full effect.
100%. You know what? It's interesting with Turkish and Curtis because they say it as it is. Maybe I don't know probably the way. I don't know. Because listen.
But they say it in a type of way. You see, Norms. Yeah. There's a type of way of saying it. So if you're someone like a political kind of guy, like Dan Potts, for example, I know he's one of us, but it's kind of like the way you present it, the way you say it plays a part. People don't like it when it's, a bit aggressive, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we're kind of more aggressive and straight to the point. But Aaron's not here. Big up to Aaron's dad. The dark arts in the summer. Yeah. In the summer, when we don't sign Sesko and Zubimendi, excuses will be, and what's all that about? Signing Zubimendi in the summer. We need him right now. Why are you signing him in the summer?
Apparently,
so this process is going to continue. That's what you're telling me. In other words, you're saying that process will continue. The player was at the right profile. The timing wasn't right. Arteta has his eyes elsewhere. It's always like that with Arteta. It's always like that. Let's be real. The players that he bought, is there any player out of the players that we bought that we really wanted as fans? Fans demand certain players. Did we really want any players that are at Arsenal that we bought? Maybe Declan Rice is the only one.
Tierney.
Obviously, Tierney, of course. But some people wanted Caicedo. Some people wanted Rice. I'm gonna be real. I wanted Caicedo just because he can progress the ball better than Rice. He can progress with the ball. But still, Rice is not that bad. Rice is a very, very good number 6. Very good number 6. Not a number 8. He's not a number 8. He's not. But yeah,
he's a horse. But he's a horse. He's a horse now, isn't he? So he's not an 8 now. He's a horse.
He's a horse. Oh my!
But he's a destroyer anyway. £100 million destroyer. I've been saying this. £100 million destroyer. That's what he is.
Yeah,
it's exactly what he is.
But you can buy 2 destroyers for 100 million. If you're buying destroyers, you can buy.
We could have got Onana. We could have got Onana for 50 mil at Aston Villa. What is he doing now? Baller.
100%.
And others.
What did they pay?
Well.
What did Brighton pay for that Baleba guy? Was it Baleba? The Brighton, you know, they got a defensive midfielder. I think it's Baleba.
Yeah,
I'm sure it's Baleba.
Yeah. What Brighton?
Carlos Baleba.
Yeah,
He came from. I think they bought him from Lille for about 22 mil. Yeah. Try and buy them from there now, mate. You're gonna be paying for the nose.
Even Andrić from Bayer Leverkusen, we see him at the Euros. That guy's proper, man. He's a good midfielder.
Yeah.
That guy would be probably less than like 5 million or something like that. Just
100%.
about.
You know,
100%.
it's
they're out there.
you know.
They're all out there. They're all out there. People say, "Oh, but there's nobody available." That whole nobody's available shit has always pissed me off, even from Wenger days, bro. Like, I've fallen off of that shit.
But even a washed-up Moise Kean, who once played for Everton, all right, went to Juve. They sold him. Juve sold him to Fiorentina, I think, for 14 million euros. I think it was. Yeah, the guy's got 15 goals in the Serie A. 15 goals, not 15 in all competition. Yeah, right. He's washed up.
100%.
Yeah. So what is if he's washed up? What is Havertz?
And Havertz ain't even a striker, bro. He ain't even a striker.
Yeah. It's not a striker. You understand that the most goals Havertz has scored in the Premier League is 13 goals, and that was with Arsenal. Because when he was at,
he's just another Lacazette.
Yeah, when he was at Chelsea, the most he scored was 8 goals. How on earth, as a talent ID, you're looking, going, yeah, he'll do the job for us. And the fact is, he went and got him as a number 8.
Yeah.
And it was questioned. Yep. Jez said it last night. We heard it. I'm not the only one that's heard it. Jez heard it. Everybody's heard it. In a press conference after pre-season, they said, where are you going to play? Where are you going to play him? I haven't worked out yet.
He's thinking about it.
But you have top gooners have selective memories. Yeah? He didn't say that. He didn't say that. 8 out of 10 window. Are you having a laugh?
Yeah, very selective memory. Very selective memory.
Havertz.
But when you call them out on their bullshit, they want to do the whole denial thing. It's
Couple
like
of times
with
last
the
night. Couple of
sometimes.
times.
Like, come on, man.
When you hit these guys with facts, yeah. If you notice, Jez and Lee last night was hitting Igal with facts, and you literally, you know when you haven't got it because he froze. It's like, couldn't say anything. It's all right saying. It's all right saying about how many injured players, and that's my point. I proved my point. 2 seasons ago, and last season we were better than Liverpool. Where was the noise for that then? Where was the noise?
Let's be honest, Norms. Yeah.
Normski, did you notice last night? I found it quite funny, right? But I wasn't having a dig at him, but he was getting a little bit. I didn't see it. I did not see the comment, but he said to me, "Am I being disrespectful to you?" I went, "No." In the stream, they were going, "Stop being disrespectful to Jez," because basically I called him out and I said, "You just continually said, stop talking over me," right? He did exactly that to me. Every time I tried to say something to him, he was jumping over me. So the people in the chat were going, "You just asked this to Lee to stop doing it. Now you're doing it to Jez. Don't be disrespectful."
Hypocrite. Exactly, hypocrite.
Yeah.
He's just way too emotional. He's way too emotional.
You have to understand. It's like, oh, for fuck's sake, it's just bro.
And the thing is as well,
he's trying to defend an argument he can't defend. That's
exactly
the problem.
That is the thing. That is the thing. Because when you throw facts at him, it's literally. And I mean, the other guy, what's the other?
Harry, was it Harry?
Harry? Yeah.
He's been on Talk Sport and all that as well. Yeah.
Well, look, you've got to be careful. You see, those guys have got to be careful what they say.
100%. Harry, definitely.
Tom Watts, Tom Canton. All those guys have to be careful what they say because they're in there. Yeah. So you can't. I said something on his stream. I went on his stream about 2 years ago. We drew a game, and I just came and made my point and whatever. But then the other day, I put something in his chat, and he just completely dismissed it. He got flustered, because when something hits through, and they don't want to deal with it. and it hits true. That man got flustered. Yeah. If I could find a screenshot, I'll send it to one of our chats. And like they saw. I just threw it in there. You know, you just chuck a bomb in there, just get out. That's what I think.
Do you know what, Norms? Do you know what, Norms? He should have lost all credibility when he moved the goalpost, when he said that if we finish above Liverpool, then if Liverpool finish above us, then I want Arteta sacked. That's when he should have lost all credibility. But that's how the world works, unfortunately.
Flip-flop.
Yeah, shall I tell you one thing about Gal? Because he knows what you guys are saying are right. Because every single start of the season, he says, "Oh, if Arteta doesn't do this, I want him sacked." So he starts the season with a clean set, but more and more the season goes on, that's when he wants to start digging his heels in. Because even today, he's saying, "Oh, Arteta's been working magic to keep the club together." The tweet's right here. It's right here in front of me. He's saying that.
What he's doing is going along with the crowd. Yeah, that's what happened. What's popular is just jumping on it. That's what because all of us here go against the tide. Yeah, do you know what I mean? We're prepared to put our faces on camera. I was on Aaron's stream the other day. Yeah. And you know, you had people in the chat telling us what we are. And, you know, I don't cuss Aaron, but you know what I mean. Yeah. And I'm like, we said to him, "Well, come on the show. Yeah, give us your opinion. We've given it our opinion. We might be seeing it differently. If you can come on, but they get so toxic." And
the link was in there, wasn't it, Nomsky? We just said, listen, look, I'm a reasonable man. If you come on and present facts to me, and you change my mind in something live on camera on the spot, I'll go, "Do you know what? I actually agree with you, mate. I'll do it." I'll go,
can I ask a question?
I can see what you're saying.
Is anybody around this table proud in the sense of, just say, for whatever reason, some miraculous reason, Arteta and Arsenal, out of the what's name, go and against all odds goes and win the Premier League? Are you going to turn around and go, "Oh God, I feel embarrassed"? I'll just say, fair enough.
Buzzing.
I'll say fair enough. Because what do we all want, people? What do we all want?
Success.
To win.
Real
success, yeah? So if Arteta goes and wins a title, I'm going to celebrate, and nobody's going to come and tell me I can't celebrate, because we're all in it together. What you get is the positive, toxic, positive. I go, "I told you. I shared it with you." I had a guy text me after he heard that what's name was out, right? After he heard that Adverts was out, this is what he texted me at 12:23. The guy's an ardent Arteta fan. Yeah, we've gone backwards and forth. Can't persuade this guy. 12:23 today. Nomsky, I owe you an apology. You called it from early. My patience has run out with these clowns.
Yeah. There you go.
Right? Slowly.
One by one.
They will turn. I've been saying it.
I didn't go back and go, told you so. I just said, listen, it is what it is. Yeah? I want to win the title as much as you. Yeah? But at the end of the day, we're seeing it time and time again. Rinse and repeat. You know what the Netflix story, you know what's going to happen at the end. Yeah, we're not silly. We've seen it all before. Yeah? But, you know, it's like, you know,
we're coming up to season 6 now.
They're tapped.
I had a friend.
Something's happened. They've got their brains, man. They're tapped, brother.
Yeah. I had a friend that's an Arteta revert. I put him the other day. We had a live. I don't know if anybody saw it, but he's an Arteta revert. And I was questioning him like a psychologist, you know. I want to know why, how long, why did you believe in it so long? Is there something wrong? Do you know what I'm saying? Like it's absolutely jokes. It's absolutely jokes, man. Yeah. Big up Terence, obviously. Big up Dad, right? Big up Dad.
Papa.
Panel, you all saying you're a big club. In the last 20 years, what have you done to merit that? Big clubs consistently. Sorry, you're not a big club. You're a business. Unfortunately, when you're a worldwide club, there is cons. I'm gonna.
We're a fashion brand.
There is cons.
We're a fashion brand.
There is cons.
This is what the
there is cons.
This is what the Emirates saying.
But now we're going to the game against Leicester City. We don't have no strikers. We don't have no forwards. We want to talk about this. Big up to Adam. Thanks for the comment as well. This is a good comment. Will it be a rude awakening? Aaron, What would your starting lineup be? What's your prediction? Let's go.
Wow, do you know what, man? Like, this is the shame about it all. Yeah, I don't really go into any game sort of confident. I mean, my head wants to say 1-0 away, but I just can't kick a draw. I can't kick that feeling out of my head. And I'll tell you for why. We've sort of seen us every time Liverpool slip up, as they did today 2-2. Every time they slip up, we slip up. Now, there's that pressure of closing the gap to 4 points. There's also the pressure, like what Jez quite rightly said at the beginning of the show, them early kickoffs. I'm not a fan of them. There's that, and there's negativity around. We're supposed to go to Dubai and get positivity, and all we've been greeted with is negativity. I'm looking at that game and thinking, wow, if you can get 3 points there after all this sort of negative sort of thing, after Liverpool draw, and then fair dues to you, but we've got to come out of the traps in that game. We have to start well. We cannot rest on our laurels. We cannot let the game pass us by. We can't wait for the second half and then turn up like we have done for the vast majority of the season. I want to go positive against my head, and I want to go 1-0 Arsenal for an away win. But I feel like I'm going to set myself up for failure. Really, I'm going to go 1-0 and just try and be some thought positive. I'm really sick and tired of just going negative. But my head says 1-1, my heart says 1-0. Yeah. Sorry, boys.
Yeah. Unfortunately, yeah. As you can see, Jez, what's your thoughts?
Well, I think we're going to be an interesting lineup. I think we're going to have to go with Sterling, Trossard, and Wary up front.
Yeah.
Up top. Midfield, we've got to have Rice in there, but I'd rather him at a proper 6, not at 8. I wouldn't be at all surprised if we have. Is he fit? Is Zinchenko fit, guys?
I think so. Yeah,
I believe he is. Yeah,
I think we'll have Zinchenko there on the left. I would honestly like at the back there. I know Ben White is coming back to fitness. I don't think he'll start. He might well be on the bench. But the back four, Tierney, he has got that little bit of pace down the left. He could link up with Zinchenko. He has in the past. It might help the support of Sterling. I've no great ambitions there at all, but we've got to go with what it is. Gabriel Saliba, of course. Timber on the right. But result-wise, gentlemen, we haven't really performed well at midday since God knows when. So I'm realistically hoping for a win, but I'm going for a 1-1.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Natstar, what's your thoughts, man? What's your thoughts?
Yeah, basically, look, I don't ever want Arsenal to lose deep down, but I'm a realist, or the realist, as I say personally, but still. Even with all them injuries and all of that, looking at where Leicester's are, Liverpool have drawn and all that, drop points, whatever. But again, whenever they've dropped points this season, we've failed to capitalise. And take into consideration that it's an early kickoff. Big up Adam for the comment, rude awakening. That is exactly what I'm saying, innit? And a lot of the away fans, big up to the majority of them, because they're going to get a rude awakening if they didn't know already, unfortunately. But it is what it is, right? So I will say a 1-1. I said it was going to be a draw at the start of the show, and I'm sticking with it because I don't see there being many goals. I see it being stinky, and a lot of these Arteta inners are going to find it even more difficult to defend the undefendable.
Yep,
So at the end of the day, guys, Like, I can't see anything but that result. Would it surprise him if we lost that game? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But because of where they are and because of where we are, it's going to be a stalemate for me. And I don't see it going any other way. Best believe.
Yeah.
Real point. Facts. The Norms, I know that you have to leave.
Natstar. I think you've made a great point there about what you're saying about you can't defend the undefendable, because
or indefensible. I used the wrong word, but still, yeah. Go on.
Yeah.
I think you're quite correct. It's going to come a point rapidly in the next, I'd say the next month, where we've got some tough games. We've got West Ham home. That, you know, we know what they did to us last year. We've got United away, Chelsea away. So it's going to be tricky, man. And it will be, these games will be the ones that could well turn. If we have a bad run in them games, this could be where they really do start to turn on Arteta. We get the fans doing what happened against Wenger in the latter part of the year when he left, was people either vote with their feet, match going fans like Aaron, etc., and you guys, and the booing comes in. Once you start getting all that, then you know your days are numbered. And I said to you earlier, gentlemen, I honestly think right now Arteta is on very thin ice.
Facts. Big up to everyone that's locked in. Big up to everyone that's supporting this thing, yeah? Big up to everyone. Hey, listen, so like and subscribe to every one of these. They're in the description. Their links in the description. Like and subscribe, people. Yeah? Love for the support, though. Love for the support. Norms, I know that you have to go.
Yeah.
Your thoughts?
Boy. Leicester not brilliant, but I just say they're going to probably be buoyed the fact that, you know, all our front line is completely out. When they played us at the Emirates, I'm trying to remember. I think James Justin scored. Was it James Justin scored against us?
Yeah.
So we was
that second goal he got.
We was comfortably 2-1 up. Yeah.
2-0 up.
And then he scored. That's right. He scored 2 goals. Right. Now, people, that was at the Emirates. Yeah. And we had back then pretty much our strongest side. Okay. I'm just trying to figure out whether, just having a look to see Havertz, Trossard, Rice, Partey, Saka, Martinelli. Yeah. Right. I think Odegaard was out. I don't think he was in the team. Right. So we had a pretty strong side there, and we had to kind of claw that game back. Brought on a couple of players, and we go and win the game 4-2. Going away to Leicester, rude awakening, as Adam says. Again, I have to agree with Aaron. My head is saying 1-0. Sorry, my head is saying 1-1, but my heart is saying 1-0. Let's get it right. I like to think that my heart is going to be right. Do you know what I mean? But there's that added press. There's also that added pressure as well, because, you know, with Liverpool drawing is whether we can deal with that. It's whether we can deal with that pressure going up there, because, you know, when it matters, we don't turn up. Do you know what I'm going to say? So, look, I'm going for a 1-0. A 1-0 win. Listen, if they prove me wrong and, you know, Sterling goes up there and plays out his skin and scores, then fair play. Do you know what I mean? We move on to the next game. But, yeah, I'm going to go with a 1-0.
Fair enough. Delzz, sitting there patiently.
I'm going to switch up. I'm saying a 1-0 Arsenal, man. I'll be honest, but I feel like it's going to be a very, very, very boring game. Stinky 1-0 to the Arsenal. Probably a goal for a set piece through open play. Absolutely nothing there, but like that's what I'm thinking. I'll be honest, because that's been the story of our season so far. Like, we'll play poor football, but a set piece will save us in a game or two. I think Saturday's going to be that game. I wouldn't be surprised if we drop points as well. I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest.
We haven't scored a set piece in a long time, though.
It's all against
Yeah, been a while.
What are we gonna do now? But yeah, as you lot, there's nothing really to add to what you lot said. The thing is that I agree with Delzz. I think we're gonna scrape. We're gonna stink out a 1-0. How? I don't really know. It's just gonna happen because Leicester are very, very poor. I saw them against Man United. I saw them for a little bit, and I don't know. But anything can happen. Big up to everyone that's locked in. Big up the whole chat. Big up to every one of you in the panel. This is one of my favorite shows to do on the week. Love chopping it up with real Arsenal fans. You know, realists, right? Natstar realists. That's what we call ourselves. But
let's believe that.
Best believe. But yeah, any last words? Anybody? My last words
everyone
is everybody
out of the football club. Everyone out.
Including the set piece coach.
For me, personally, yeah. Best believe.
Can't forget about the Arteta.
I was going to say.
Oh yeah. That's included. Yeah. They can fuck off with him, bro. Best believe. Them fans, bro. They're gonna get a rude awakening for sure. For sure, man.
Yeah, I was just going to say,
Jez?
And win the dog.
7 o'clock Friday night, I'm going to be doing a stream. If any of you gentlemen want to join, then you're more than welcome.
When, Jez? Say that again, sorry, bud.
7 o'clock Friday night.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
We'll be there.
From there.
I'll contact you guys if you want to jump on. You're more than welcome. And I think Ken. I'm not sure if Kenny's going to join because he's going up to Leicester. But I'll ask DJ as well. So I'll contact. If you boys want to join, please just say yes, and I'll contact you.
Yeah, I'll give you a message.
I'll message you if I can, Jez. I'll message you on Insta.
Yeah.
Do that, man. Do that.
Hey, big up. Thanks for being here. Aaron, as always. Thanks for being here, Jez. As always, lovely to have you here. Delzz, you already know. Norms, you already know every week. Natstar, big up to you as well, man. Love every one of you to being here, man. Taking time out of your day. And any last words? That's done. I'm done with it. I'm done with this. This club is a shambles. It's going downhill. But listen, people. Hey, we've got I can't redirect, but I've got a link I'm gonna send out. It's Northside. He's doing a little watch along for Benfica, his club. So yeah, check it out. Big raid. And yeah, everybody out. Love for everybody.